In the framework of our podcasts, YouTube channel and media, we wanted to start sharing more interesting actual work that I encounter really on a daily basis in the different fields that we operate. The case I wanted to explain today is, I won't use real names, of course, because of confidentiality, but it's really based on actual matters that we handle all the time, and it's a very, very important and interesting tip, actually. The case I'll be discussing is an Israeli citizen that has a foreign spouse from a country, in this case, that does not have a visa agreement with Israel. So the foreign spouse is here in Israel with an Israeli citizen, and she has visited with approvals, of course, Israel a few times. And now this couple really fell in love. The foreign spouse actually is pregnant, maybe 4 or 5 months into her pregnancy already. And they want to basically start living together. They're actually living together already. So what do? Because her visa is almost ending. They went to the Interior Ministry. The Interior Ministry, as they do all the time, told them, oh, she has no visa, she has to leave, and you need to officially invite her. What do they do in this situation? So first of all, the specific couple I'm dealing with actually tried to leave. So the Israeli partner bought a ticket and wasn't able actually they didn't approve the ticket because the foreign partner is from a country that doesn't have a visa agreement. Even European countries don't allow a layover over a certain amount of time, because even in those countries, this woman needs a visa. So they weren't able to buy a ticket. So this woman actually stayed here beyond her visa by mistake. It wasn't. It was accidental. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but this is the situation. This is what happened. And then they panicked and they came to us, and this is happens to us all the time. So what do? You have, in a case like this, a conflict between the procedural, basically, law of being here illegally and the constitutional right of the Israeli spouse to live in Israel and to build a family with a partner of his choice. So what do? And do they keep the technical, important, law that you won't be here illegally and will leave immediately the country when she's 4 or 5 months pregnant already, and then have her invited? Or should they just stay here, wait it out, and open a file here? My advice is this, and it's important to note that this is based on more than 20 years of experience in the field. The Israeli partner, and any good lawyer and experienced lawyer will tell you this, needs to operate urgently based on his constitutional right to legalize her status in the country. He can't, for 1 second even, neglect this. Okay, because neglecting this is also violating the very important law that you won't be here illegally. Leaving the country has huge risks for the foreign spouse. First of all, naturally, the Israeli wants to be with his wife, during her birth. He doesn't want her to be abroad and him to be here. And he wants to support her during her birth. He wants to be with his children that are newly born. And it's his right to, all these are constitutional rights. Therefore, our clear advice is that she won't leave the country. Because if she leaves the country, they only to open a file. And I can also tell you the Interior Ministry will drag its feet because she's abroad and he's here, and they won't see any urgency. And then she would be invited to an interview. Who knows if she can even make it, because she will be to an interview because she will be in her advanced pregnancy stages and maybe with a newborn baby. It will definitely be difficult. This specific lady is actually from a country where there's no Israeli embassy, so she will need to fly to a different country just to do this initial interview of authenticity of the relationship before they even initially approve allowing her in to start the gradual process, which altogether will be around 5 years until she gets citizenship. So all this is a huge risk of also the application being denied while she's abroad, even for technical reasons, for mistakes they made in good faith. and then they'll need to fight this, and for years they won't be together, even though they're married and he has children that are his children. So therefore, because of all this, our advice is that they do stay, and that he operates immediately to get an appointment with the Interior Ministry, to open a joint life application, to ask urgently for a hearing, not to accept any delays, and any good lawyer will know how to handle this and how to get this done, because the constitutional right here is so strong and so high that it overrides the technical important obligation even of the Israeli partner and the foreign partner, that her status will be legal. I can even tell you that many times when couples open, while they're in Israel, a joint life application, when they still have a lot of time on the foreigner's visa, the Interior Ministry will schedule an appointment after the visa runs out. This means even the Interior Ministry understands the constitutional right and its importance, that overrides her being a little bit illegal until they legalize the status of the foreign partner. But what you need to do is operate quickly and immediately to legalize her status. If the couple isn't married, get married. We know how to do this through Zoom, through Utah. There are different ways to do this, because this will strengthen the application. We need to submit a very good and strong application. Since there is no proof yet that the Israeli father is the father, we can also do a paternity test showing that he's the father, even during the pregnancy, through special DNA samples that we can already get at this stage. There's a lot that can be done, and it's important to legalize the status while the couple is here. I hope this tip helped you, and you can feel free to contact us if you have any questions on the matter, or if this is relevant to you.